Hi there, it's Debbie with the Pickin Coop Farmstead. So I got my bread all made this morning. So now the wind has finally stopped. So I'm going to go ahead and plant up the rest of my tomatoes. I put up this big trellis after I filmed that little windy episode of the garden happenings. I've got my eggs, I've got my fertilizer, and right, you can't really see it off screen here, but I've got a whole bunch of tomatoes. So my goal is to plant them sideways this way. We'll see how many I can put in here. I might put some on the other side, which I normally don't do, but I'm kind of scrambling for trellises. I have one little guy left over there, so I might put him on that half of the bed. So we'll just see how it goes. So come along and we're going to plant some tomatoes. All right, I'm putting some gloves on, which I usually don't do. I start out doing that and then I don't because, yeah, they're just cumbersome. So I spread these beds out really good the other day. Try to get all the weeds and stuff out of them. So same thing that we always do. You dig your hole. Kind of deep for tomatoes. You're going to crack your egg, throw it in the hole, put a little handful of fertilizer, and I forgot my water, so I need to go grab my water hose. I'll be right back. All right, so I got my water hose. Oh my goodness. Load that dude up with some water. I'll put my gloves back on. A little bit of a blackberry bush in there. We don't want that growing in here. They are prolific. Okay, so I'm going to plant what's called a mortgage lifter. I planted these last year and boy do they grow great. They put out a lot of tomatoes. Now we're going to go ahead and do that again this year. These are all from seed. Nestle them down in there. I might put my cherry tomatoes on the other side. We'll see how that all goes. I know I have some more. Oh, come on, don't bend. Don't bend, little fellas. They got really leggy, as you can see. Okay, this is a San Marzano, which I've been wanting to grow these, and I finally found some seeds this year. I can't remember exactly where I got the seeds from, probably Dollar General. I do believe they're burpee seeds. Okay, we got the egg in the hole. Come on, little fella. Tap it. Handful of fertilizer. Water. Tomato. Oh, come on, little fella. They are kind of close together, but it is what it is. I hate that saying, but it's true. Now I do need to tie these guys up a little bit, so I've got my tape. I just don't want them to break, and I'm not sure if that wind is supposed to keep blowing or what, so better safe than sorry. There we go. Get up there, little fella. I have a feeling I'm going to end up taking off my gloves. It's just not conducive to this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's not going to work. Bye-bye, gloves. There. Alright, so we got 2 of these little dies. Let's see what else we have. Bush beefsteak. I think maybe I'll put the bush ones on the other side. That might be a better idea. This one is a cherry. Maybe we'll just go ahead and put the cherries there. Because it really truly doesn't matter, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to put another one right here. Hopefully I'm not in the way. This one, oh, don't break, don't break, don't break. Now I do need to trim off the lower leaves. I'll just come back and do that after I get these trellised up. I loosened my hose and it was right over my boot. Now I've got a boot full of water. Oh my goodness, always something. Okay, next. Egg, fertilizer, water. So let's see, that's a bush, that's a mortgage lifter. These are little guys though. Sans Marzano. Let's see. Try to get these out without killing them all. That's a mortgage lifter. I think I'm going to tie this guy up loosely. Just so he's not laying on the ground. Okay, I think I'm going to move to the other side. Probably reach them a little better. It's kind of odd. I've never really planted things on a trellis at an angle like that. But I was figuring I'd get more room this way. And let's see, maybe back over the other way. All right. Okay. Alright, now this big guy, I'm not really sure, he just kind of came up in a pot, so I'm not really sure what that one is. So let's go for this one. This is a Sans Marzano. Let's see, let's put you right there. There we go. Now I think we can work from the other side. About there. Thank goodness for chickens. Let's see. This guy is another Sans Marzano. I'm really happy about those. When I used to buy canned tomatoes, that's what I would always try to buy. So these ought to be really good for canning. Very excited about that. I'm sure these tomatoes will be really happy to be in the ground. There we go. I missed the panel. There we go. Alright, so I'll probably plant 2 more right here, which again, I know that's super close together. There we go. But you kind of have to, like I said, go with the flow. I don't want to go buy any more cattle panels at this point. And they're not cheap, boy. They're kind of spendy little fellas. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we got here. A beast. He's growing in, I think I have some okra. This guy here is growing in with okra, and he is like by far the biggest, thickest stemmed tomato that I have, which is funny because there's like three or four little okras in that little tiny solo cup. And he was a volunteer, so I must have reused the dirt and had tomato seed in it. Okay, I'm going to plant one more because I know this is probably boring to a lot of you, especially if you grow your own tomatoes. Come on, little guy. Don't be shy. So glad and thankful to have these big beds in. I was panicking because everything is starting to look kind of sad in my house because it was like, we need room. I shouldn't, but I'm going to plant one more right here to make the best use of my trellis. All right, here we go. Alright, what do we have next? Next is like a jigsaw puzzle. I had these all ready to go yesterday and I carefully placed them in this little tray to get them out here. And then the wind was like freaking torrential forces. I was like, there's no way I can put these guys out. Okay, this is another cherry tomato. These guys I planted last year. I couldn't tell you what the brand of the seeds were. I might look it up if I can remember and I'll attach it. But these guys were so prolific and they got huge. I had an in-ground garden last year and they were way taller than me. It was crazy. And I planted them from seed. I'm not sure what type, but I'll try to look it up for you and see. I was really excited about it. Okay. So I got all those guys in. I'm going to go ahead and do the back side, but I will speed that up so you're not stuck watching me do all that. Okay, I got all the tomatoes planted. We'll see how well they do that close together. I'm not really sure. I think it's going to affect the amount of fruit I get and the size of the fruit, but we'll see. It's, you know, it is what it is. So I hope the sun is shining where you are today, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.